Alright, here we are for round one with Burn. We're playing against Carves. I can't remember what Carves is playing. I think he switches it up a lot. I played against Carves a lot of times, and I always forget what he's on. Our hand is pretty good. We got one more land than we really want, but I'm not going to mulligan this hand. If we're against a removal heavy deck, Thermal Alchemist is not going to be great. Okay, yeah, I think I actually remember this from last time. Alright, that was a pretty bad draw. It's only a good draw if I draw another Fire Blast. Otherwise, this second mountain is pretty much worthless. So, yeah, I think I remember last time Carves was on Affinity as well. Alright, well, I want to play the Thermal Alchemist out. It'll be really strong if he doesn't have exactly a Galvanic Blast, so I'm going to go ahead and do that. Even if I had a 1-drop to play that turn, I wouldn't have, because I definitely want to save my my spells for when I have Thermal Alchemist out. Freebie Frogmite for our opponent. Okay. Let's see how many 4/4s he's playing this turn, and if he's killing my Thermal Alchemist too. Yeah, that's pretty unfair if he plays more 4/4s. If he plays only one 4/4, it's okay, but if he plays two, it's going to be pretty unreasonable to face off against like 10 power on, or to face off against 12 power on turn 3. I knew he would probably have one. Okay, but he only had the one. So I can kill this Mirror Enforcer with the Needle Drop. That'll slow down my opponent's clock quite a bit. So I'm gonna like Searing Blaze my opponent and then Needle Drop the Mirror Enforcer. I think I'm gonna go ahead and do that. 1 damage to our opponent isn't gonna be that big of a deal, I don't think. But if we're 1 damage short, and the thing is, this is going to buy us multiple turns, most likely. Depends what he has. Like, if he has an ATOG here, then we're kind of toast no matter what, but like if he plays an ATOG, I think we're dead right now. Carapace Forger not quite as scary. So I guess we're not gaining any turns this way. Let's see how much damage I have. So I've got 13, so I really need to draw one more Fire Blast, and we can win this turn if I draw another Fire Blast. Okay, Thermal Alchemist is also pretty decent, actually. So I'm going to go ahead and play the Thermal Alchemist. And then I have enough mana to do everything next turn. The only question is if I draw a 2-mana spell. So let's say he kills my... If he doesn't kill my Thermal Alchemist, we're going to win no matter what. So I don't have to worry about that. If he does kill my Thermal Alchemist right now, I need to draw a Fire Blast to win. So it doesn't really matter. I need 4 damage. So it doesn't really matter what I do. The only way it could matter is if I draw a Needle Drop and then another spell. But I'll just hold up my mana, and then if he kills my Thermal Alchemist, I'll bolt him end of turn. Okay, a star. I'm hoping he just plays basically anything other than something that kills my Thermal Alchemist. Forger is not scary at all. So as long as this last card isn't another Galvanic Blast, we're going to win. Thoughtcast, okay, so he could still draw a land plus Galvanic Blast. Looks like he didn't. I'll block a Frogmite. There's no real reason not to. There's not really a reason to do it either, but I will anyway. Alright, looks like we escaped this one. I don't think this is a very good matchup, but they're a little faster than us, I think, but it worked out just fine. Gotta be careful sometimes with Chain Lightning to make sure that they don't have any red mana. But our opponent doesn't have any mana at all. I'm just doing this to like save a little time. Not that it matters too much. Alright. So you can see how good Thermal Alchemist was here because he couldn't remove it. But we lost our first one though, right? So, okay, we beat them game 1. And I think that's usually pretty important, I would guess. Because we get some pretty good sideboard cards, and they get Hydroblast, but Smash of Smithereens is better than Hydroblast, I think. So cards that are bad, Curse of the Pierced Heart seems pretty bad. And then Thermal Alchemist is my least favorite card, but I don't think I want to bring in any of this stuff. Martyr of Ashes can be okay. Like, we can wipe their board on turn 2, and I'm not super experienced in this matchup, so I'm not sure if I'm supposed to bring that in and take out my Thermo Alchemists. My opponent probably has 2 to 3 Hydroblasts in their deck, and then they'll have the 4 Galvanic Blasts still to kill my Thermo Alchemist. It's still a pretty high upside, though. And those spells are going to counter... Hydroblast doesn't really matter for Thermo Alchemist, other than the fact that it's a 2-mana spell, and I'd rather get a 1-mana spell hit, but I think I'm just going to go like this. The other card I could take out is Burst Lightning, but this can actually take out a 4/4, I guess, if I really need to. I don't know. Seems pretty bad. We just basically have to pray that they don't get an ATOG, because I don't know how we're going to beat that. Probably just like chump block with Keldon Marauders and hope. We're off to a great start, 1-0. Alright, this hand's okay. It's not amazing, but I think it will keep it. We are basically on a 6-card hand, but this is a 6-card hand I would be willing to keep, I think, so I'm going to keep it. The second Fire Blast is basically dead, that's why I say that we're basically on a 6-card hand. I'm going to go ahead and play the Rift Bolt right away. If I draw a mountain next turn, I'm going to want to cycle this, most likely. Okay, our opponent is on 1 land, which is one of the reasons you don't want to play Affinity. Oh, please. Okay, I drew this. I really wanted to draw one of my Smash to Smithereens, blow this guy up. Missed again. Okay. Rift Bolt has like a lot of triggers, it's kind of annoying. Alright, another mountain. Let's go ahead and cycle this. If I draw Smash to Smithereens, I'm going to blow that up. Okay, it's not Smash to Smithereens. So I guess this Fire Blast might not be dead. He actually can't even kill this if he doesn't have Metalcraft. Yep, we win the match. So you guys remember when I played Affinity, that's one of the reasons I hate the deck. It is really greedy on mana, and you get mana screwed a lot. Like 30% of your hands only have 1 land, so that can happen to you. Alright, we're 1-0. Let's move on to the next round.